Okay guys, let me show you this before I get it fully tarped. All right, so I got like 45.5 foot, they call this rebar. It's pretty thick rebar. So they had me put 5 boards up on the trailer, and I went ahead and built a bulkhead because these bundles are not touching. You can see those bundles are not touching, probably because the customer needs them like that to unload. So I got like seven or 8 straps, and I put the bulkhead up there just to stop forward motion. That's the only place I could put it, right there. All right, so looks like I'm barely going to be able to cover it. This is a tarp load solely because, you know, of winter road chemicals. So I am going to be able to cover it with my 2 4-foot drop tops. But that's what I got. Let me get it finished. More later. Okay folks, got a little update for you. I picked up that load in Knoxville, Tennessee a couple hours ago. I'm in Kentucky now, heading north on 75. I've got a pilot picked out in Waddy, Kentucky. I'm going to be stopping at here in about 2.5 hours, or a little over 2 hours. I've got a parking spot reserved just to be safe. And you know, this load is going to Kankakee, Illinois, which is, you know, it's a little bit south of Chicago, maybe 45 minutes or so. I'm just kind of guessing. And the fleet manager has called, and you know, he's looking for a swap because he realizes that that may not be the best of home loads for me. Said he's got a driver that's picking up somewhere up north with a load that's going to Little Rock, but he hadn't picked it up yet or something like that. So he's kind of got his eye on that for a swap, either later or in the morning. I don't know. We'll see. I hope it works out, because the problem with delivering in Kankakee is to reload, it's likely that I would go north into Chicago to get a load, which would be taking me the opposite way that I need to go. So it'd just be burning more time on my clock, you know, going the wrong direction. It'd be better if I could go, you know, west or south or southwest to get a load, you know, somewhere kind of in the direction I have to go already. So, because right now my weekly 70-hour clock, I've got about 20.5 hours left, and I'm going to drive a little more than 2 hours to get to my parking spot tonight. So that's going to leave me with about 18.5 hours. I'll still have about probably 5 hours to go to make this delivery. So yeah, you know, that would leave me with what, 13 hours. 13 hours of time to get reloaded back home. That's a tall order from up in that area. I mean, it could happen. It just depends on whether or not we get a swap, or if he finds a load, you know, better pickup. All right, so I'm just driving north in Kentucky, giving you a little more road footage. You know, I was talking to there was a couple of guys back there that were securing beside me at that place in Knoxville. They're with a different company, a trainer and a trainee, and I noticed they were just in a regular truck, you know, not a double bunk like we use for trainers and trainees. And he said that when he has a trainee, they normally just get short loads, you know, that they can pick up and deliver in a day, and they typically just shut down for the night and go to a hotel. You know, they don't sleep in the truck like Maverick trainers and trainees do. These fellas, they just go to a hotel. They gotta find a place where they can park the truck, a hotel truck parking, and they just do it stay in a hotel during training. So that's different. I guess their company just doesn't bother buying the double bunk trucks. Anyway, all right, more later. Good Friday morning, everybody. I am in Illinois. Well, wait a minute. Never mind then. Disregard. Okay, I'm almost ready. Good Friday morning, everybody. Paperboard Trucker back on the road here. Well, I am in western Indiana, probably about 20 miles from the Illinois state line, heading directly west. But once I hit the Illinois state line, I will be heading north, trying to get to Kankakee, Illinois, to make this delivery. Got a little over an hour to go. Just giving you a little morning road footage. And I stopped a little while back at a rest area to do a load check and check my emails, and got an email from Doug, who I think Doug lives in Wisconsin. If I got that wrong, Doug, I apologize, but I feel like he's in Wisconsin. And he just, you know, we've been emailing back and forth a little bit recently, and he says that he had just heard back from the recruiting department and has a start date set for mid-January at the Maverick training yard. So congratulations, Doug. And Doug already has his CDL, so that'll minimize the time he has to spend away from home. You know, if you come to Maverick like I did already with your CDL, then basically you'll have about a 2-week period there in their new hire orientation, safety training, or securement training. It takes 2 weeks or less, and then, you know, you try to get teamed up with a trainer on a trainer truck, or, you know, depending on the timing of getting hooked up with a trainer, you may even go home. I think I had like a week or more off between when I got out of securement training and actually hooked up with my trainer. So I had a nice, it was like a 10-day break. But that, you know, it just depends. You know, they've got new students they have to match up with trainers, and, you know, sometimes it works out great, sometimes it doesn't. So you just have to kind of go with it and make it work. But, all right, guys, I'll see you in Kankakee. All right, guys, I've arrived here in Kankakee, Illinois, at my customer. I had to back into this door here and untarped outside, unstrapped outside, took my bulkhead apart, so everything's put away except for my 5 boards that the product is sitting on, and I'll have to put them down there, strap it up, be ready to go. But everybody must have gone on break, because after I got back in here, everybody disappeared. So let me show you. Here's a view of the load. 45 foot, they call this rebar, but it's pretty big rebar. But that's it. Haven't really seen the crane they're going to use. I'm assuming it's probably a magnet crane, but that's what they use to load it. But I don't know that. Let me show you. I go out this door. Right out there is where I had to pull up and untarp and unstrap and then back into this door right over here. So that's how it works. All right, more later. Okay, folks. Well, I got unloaded back there in Kankakee, Illinois. Head north now on 57. Got about an hour and 15 minutes to get to my next pickup location, which is a U.S. steel plant in Portage, Indiana. Just 3 miles from our Portage, Indiana Maverick yard. And the fleet manager has got it planned so that I'm supposed to meet another Maverick driver in Effingham, Illinois later. I guess we'll make a swap later today or tonight, not really sure. And my load delivers in Dallas, and supposedly the load he has delivers in Little Rock. So I guess, because either one of those loads would get me home, but I guess my load going to Dallas would help get him home. So that's what we're looking at right now. It's still going to be a very much a challenge to make this happen with the time I have on my clock.